Hello guys, welcome to this video where we're going to be looking at triangle properties. The first thing we're going to do in triangle properties is classify triangle. By now you should know guys, a triangle is a three-sided figure and we're going to classify these triangles using angles and using sides. So let's get into it. So if we're using angles, we know that a triangle has three angles, right? So what if all the three angles are less than 90 degrees? We call that an acute triangle, meaning all the angles are acute. Whenever you hear the word acute, it simply means an angle less than 90 degrees. So what happens if we have a triangle, right? And then one of the angles is actually greater than 90 degrees. What we call an angle greater than 90 degrees, we call it an obtuse. So a triangle with one of the angles greater than 90 degrees, we call it an obtuse triangle. So this angle here is greater than 90 degrees. It could be 95. We don't care. As long as it's greater than 90 degrees. It could be 100. Okay, so what happens if we have a triangle and one angle is exactly 90 degrees? What do we call an angle that is 90 degrees? We call it a right angle. So this would be a right triangle. So whenever you're reading a question and there is, a right triangle, you just know that one of the angles in that triangle is 90 degrees. And it's always given this symbol there. You're drawing a straight line like that, and then you find something like that. It just tells you that's 90 degrees. So it's the same sign there. Okay, so what happens if we have a triangle, right? All the angles are equal. We call that an equiangular triangle. All the angles are equal in size. We call that congruent. They're congruent angles. They're equal in size. So 60, 60, 60. Remember the sum of angles in a triangle is 180. Don't forget that. We'll need that. All right, so let's classify these same triangles using sides. What if you're not given angles, but you're given sides, right? A triangle with equal sides. So they're giving us this triangle and they're telling you, oh, this side is equal to this and it's also equal to that. Congruent sides, equal in size. So meaning if this is 9, this is 9 units and also this is 9 units. We call this an equilateral. What if instead of all the sides of the triangle being equal, what if it's only two sides? You see how they're marking this with tip, tip? Meaning only these two sides are equal actually. This is not equal to these two sides. So two sides congruent or equal in size. We call this an isosceles. So whenever you're reading a question and they're already giving you a hint, it's an isosceles triangle, you just know two sides are congruent or two sides are equal in size. What if there is no side equal? Maybe this is 3, this is 9, and maybe this is maybe 22. I'm just making up the values just to show you that neither of the sides are equal. So we call this a scalene triangle. So whenever you're reading a question and like, oh, by the way, you're dealing with a scalene, you just know that all the three sides are different, right? All right, so thank you for watching the introduction to triangles. We're going to use this knowledge to work out a few problems in my next video. See you then.